What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Counterpoint. There is a question that many people have, I have, black people have, certain black people, Caucasian people have, that needs to be, if not answered, at least addressed because it seems to be very confusing, even to me, being a black man. And I thought of something that I think may help us. And the question is, why does Black Lives Matter, not the movement, but just the whole concept? We know the movement is a scam, but just the whole concept. Why does Black lives only matter when it's done by an outsider like someone from the Caucasian community taking one of us out? But when we take each other out in droves, it doesn't seem to matter. And the question is, why is that? That's what I want to know. That's what they want to know. The people want to know. Why is that? Why do we become so enraged if one of us is taken out by a Caucasian when we're taking each other out every day? Because I know that this subject makes a lot of people, black people, very defensive because they don't never want you, not all, of course, everybody has subsets within the culture. But a lot of the subsets within the culture don't want us to talk about our own issues. So I want to tell it in a story time. Maybe use a little small parable to bring insight. Let's say there was a community that had a huge garden. And in this garden was nothing but watermelons that they grew, that they produced, that was their livelihood, that was their pride, that was their answer, that was their source of income, that they spent time, effort, everybody in the community. What do we do here? We grow watermelons. This is how we make it. Got a huge garden in the community, successful garden in the community, luscious watermelons, seedless, some with seeds, juicy, falling off your chin. Squirt hit you all in the face. Talking to somebody, some of the watermelon juice pop out on them. And let's say that 5 times a year, an outsider came and stole 2 watermelons each time. And every time this happened, an outrage came in the community. They went on television and made great speeches to say, how dare you come in our place and take what don't belong to you? Don't you know God don't like a thief? Don't you know God said if a thief be found, he must restore sevenfold? That's Bible. Don't you know we have no toleration for thievery? We're not going to put up with an outside force coming in, taking our livelihood. How dare you? Who do you think you are? They on TV, they on social media. They putting the word out. They bringing in big shot investigators. Get to the bottom of this. Nobody gets away. Nobody steals from this community. and get away with it. We don't play. In the words of Eric B. and Rakim, we ain't no joke. Figure it out. 5 times a year. Each time they take 2 watermelons. That's 10 watermelons. We're not going to tolerate it. Outsiders, we're not going to put up with it. We work hard around here for this livelihood. Imagine with me. Imagine with me in the same community, same story. Remember, 5 times a year, an outsider will come in and take 2 watermelons each time. In the whole year, that's 10. Stay with the math. Imagine now in the same community every weekend, 75 watermelons were stolen from somebody within the community. And yet there was no uproar. Yet there was no special speeches. Yet there was no popular investigators showing up to try to figure out what was going on. And it was taking place every weekend, not just once a year or 5 times a year, 10 being taken throughout the year, but every weekend, 75 watermelons were destroyed from somebody within the community. Imagine. And the uproar is low. And those who try to figure out what was going on from within the community was called sellouts and coon and Uncle Ruckus. Because they were told, don't you worry about what goes on within the community. It don't matter. It don't matter. Because it was one of us. Keep a lid on it. Pipe down. Don't be too loud. 75 every weekend. The noise is low. If you look at that story and you are a thinking person, you would have to say to yourself, wait a minute. If this was their livelihood, if this was their pride and joy, if this was their bread and butter, if this was their lifeline to success, even though you don't even want the 10 gone every year because you need everything you got, don't you think you'd put more energy on the 75 that's being taken every week? And a thinking person would have to say, wait a minute. Their priorities are out of line. A thinking person would have to say that. If you really brought in an investigator and say, look at what's going on, and focus only on the 10 a year, they would have to say, wait a minute. It would seem that the value of the watermelon itself was not as important as who it was that took the watermelon. Say it again. If you create more of a ruckus of 10 a year that was being taken by an outsider, and you ignore the 75 every week that was being taken by an insider, then it would appear that the priority then is not the value of the watermelon. But it would appear that the priority is who took it, not what it was. And that's what we're seeing in the black community. That's the question that's being asked. If Black Lives Matter so much, the family that just got rocked 5 members of a family shot, killed St. Louis by young boys, young people. I believe a girl was involved. Where is the shouting? Where's the protesting? Where's the marching? Where's the social media? Where's the fanfare? Where's Al Sharpton and his crew and his foundation and his business and his speeches? Where is it at? When it's taken by our own, the voices are low. But boy, if those 5 family members was taken out by a white man, so I don't have an answer as to why it is that way. Well, I have opinion like anybody else, but what I do know is that our priorities, some of our priorities, is out of whack. And to those who pay attention to all of the lives lost within the community, not just when it's done by an outsider, to those, they not the sellouts. They not the coons. They value the life. They value that person. We don't want to lose nobody. And if we're losing, then we're going to focus on the greater evil. The 75 a week is kicking us in the behind. We don't want to lose the 10 a year, but we losing productivity and money and resource. Our livelihood is going down the drain at a faster rate at 75 every weekend than it is 10 a year. We have to rearrange our priorities.